Yeah, we back. Now today, I'm actually going to respond more in depth to a comment that was made in my last video, right? In my latest video, I spoke about the latest news about Kanye West losing his relationship with Balenciaga, Adidas, JP Morgan Chase, and we spoke about how black men need a deeper foothold within the arena of business, not just to employ our own children, but also to insulate us from general controversy and problems when it comes to feeding our family, right? Regardless of what you feel about Kanye West, no black man should live in a world where if I say the wrong thing, next thing you know, I'm sanctioned from the bank. I can't even get my money in the bank. Next thing you know, I can't even feed my family or feed my kids because I don't really got a insulation within my own community to circulate my dollar, to protect myself, to fall back on, to feed myself, to feed my own people. You know what I mean? So today we're going to talk about how to keep the dollar inside the community, how to keep the black dollar inside of the community. I want to give a big shout out to the homie that actually inspired this video, who dropped a comment and made me want to go more in depth. Shout out to the homie Joshua Wisdom, who I could see he actually been subscribed to me for the past 3 months, which is crazy because 3 months ago I only had like 50 subscribers, like, you know what I mean? So I don't know how you found my channel back then, bro. So shout out to you. You know what I mean? We about to hit like damn near 1,000 pretty soon. We just hit 800. You know what I mean? So it's, you know, the train is moving, you dig? So listen, today we're gonna talk about how to keep the black dollar inside of the community. We always talk about things like black business. We need to start more black business, right? We need to employ our own children, employ our own women, really be able to employ our own community and not let the dollar leave the community, right? Let's talk about how we can keep it inside, because we have an illusion where we think that just by starting a business it's enough, right? Just by starting one lone business it's enough, but we got to understand there's different levels in business. And today I'm going to talk about 2 industries that I'm familiar with on a very deep level that I've been involved with since like my damn teenage years, right? And I want to say rest in peace to Nipsey Hussle one time, because he actually was the first place where I heard this term, right? As a youngin', like in my young teenage years, I heard Nipsey Hussle say this term and it has stuck with me ever since then. Vertical integration. What is vertical integration? The textbook definition is the combination in one company of 2 or more stages of production normally operated by separate companies. Now, what is that in simple terms, right? Let's say you own a pharmacy. Off the top, I'm gonna let you know right now, if you own a pharmacy, if you're in that type of business, or even if you just own a convenience store or a deli or whatever, you know what I mean? Anything where you have to go out and purchase goods wholesale from a supplier who delivers it to your place of business and then you sell to the people directly. You know what I mean? That element of business, right? The seller. Once the product gets to you, you sell it to the customer. At that stage, if you're a black business owner in this arena of business, the black dollar has already left the community before you even made a single sale. Let me tell you how that happened. Before the product even gets to you, for the customer to make a purchase from you so you can generate a profit and then reinvest back into the company, you have to go to your distributor or your wholesaler, right? Who has these products in bulk. And he gets it from the manufacturer, the company that actually produced the product, produced the medicine, right? Let's say Tylenol, for example. The company that manufactures Tylenol is going to sell it to the distributor, who's going to sell it wholesale to retail pharmacy locations all over the United States. So the first person that makes a profit is the manufacturer up at the top that created the product. He gives it to the distributor, to wholesaler, whatever you want to call it. Then he makes the profit once he sells it to the retail locations who puts in the order online. And then I guess there might be another level where the transportation company actually delivers the product to you, right? We all know the various shipping companies that exist that deliver products to houses, business locations all over the country. So as you can see, there were multiple levels of profit being exchanged, of money being exchanged before you even got the product to your place of business so you can sell to your customers, to the community, right? And then you finally get your product, you go back to the wholesaler, reinvest it, get more product, get more inventory, boom, you repeat the cycle over and over and over again, you generate profit over and over and over and over and over, and then you stack your money, right? But guess what? How many black men are involved in the other 2 to 3 levels above the retailer, the seller? How many black men are involved in these industries, right? If you're a black business owner and you own a shop, can you go to a black man who got the distribution on lock, who then goes to another black man who actually produces and manufactures the product, and then boom, there's another black man who owns the transportation company that is shipping and moving the product to different locations, state to state, state to state, right? It's not many at those high levels, right? We don't even got many black men all the way at the top level in the pharmaceutical industry. Remember when it was the pandemic and all the various pharmaceutical companies were running to bring the product to different governments around the world, and they made billions of dollars, billions and billions and billions of dollars were falling from the sky. How How many black men were enjoying in those billions? How many black men were at the forefront, on the front line, like, yo, we got the product, we bringing it to the masses, we got the antidote ready, let's go, cut the check, you know what I mean? Where was the black man? The black man was not there. It was only a few of us at the bottom little retail level, and the only thing we did was dispense the product and sell it and give it to the people. We were not involved in the manufacturing or the distribution all over the country, all over the world. We were non-existent in those arenas. And what inspired this video is because the homie Joshua Wisdom, he came in the comment section, right? Shout out to the homie once again, bro. I see you've been subscribed for 3 months. That means a lot to me, bro. That means you've been rocking with me when nobody was rocking with me. That means you've been following me when I was getting like 12 views per video after like a week, you know what I mean, when ain't nobody was watching my joints, you know what I mean? So shout out to you, bro, once again. So it's all love. He came into the comment section and said, stop with this black people don't want to create their own institutions talk. There are over 2.5 million black businesses in America currently. The problem is that they're underfunded, just like the HBCUs, and that's the reason why Tennessee State and HBCU had to sue the state, and I believe they won because the state wasn't giving them their money. Black businesses are sabotaged just like black banks, and that's why they're losing numbers. So I get what you're saying, but the actualities aren't what you're making it out to be. And I replied to the homie, we need a deeper foothold in more industries at different levels. Most of us only penetrate the first layer, which is selling products and services. We need more influence in the manufacturing, transportation, and distribution levels. Like, for example, let's say you own a shop. There should be a black man who can function as the manufacturer, another black man who can function as the wholesaler, the distributor, and another black man who owns the transportation company delivering the products to your place of business. Basically, what I was saying is, because I don't disagree with him, I do believe that, yes, there are 2.5 million black businesses. I can agree to that. I don't have a problem with that. Yes, black men are out here active in the arena of business. I would never deny that. I mean, I'm active in the arena of business. I know black men that are active in the arena of business. I know we out here, we get into it, right? But I guess when I talk about business development, I'm talking about vertical integration. I'm talking about there should be a black man from top to bottom where the money touches hands before it even gets to the customer, to where we can do that same cycle over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, where we all touching profit at each level, right? The black man manufacturing the product at the top, he touching big paper, right? Then he gives it down to the wholesaler. Then he takes his cut once he delivers it to you, the retailer, and then you give it to the customer, and the customer gives you the profit. You go back and reinvest it to the wholesaler, who goes back to the manufacturer, who sells, you know what I'm saying? So that is how we do it, bro. So you own a shop these days because there's not really a black man you could go to who owns the transportation company, connected to the distributor, connected to the manufacturer, who by the time you want to go and buy products, it already left the community. The dollar already left the community by the time you went to go to your supplier, because your supplier is not even a black man. And when your supplier is not a black man, that leaves you vulnerable, right? When you are not vertically integrated, that leaves you vulnerable to the interests of other communities, right? Let's dive into another industry, the music industry, right? I'm sure we are all familiar with that. Listen, we already know at that level, it's really shameful that it's not black men completely dominating this industry from top to bottom. I'm talking about all the way down to the songwriter, the beat maker, down to the studio owner, down to the engineer, down to the distributor, down to the damn record label, down to the damn streaming company. We should own that from top to bottom. I'm talking about the guy should be a black man writing the damn song. We already got that down pat. I mean, bro, black man write songs like it's nothing. You already see, I put a song at the end of each video I wrote that song in like an hour. You know what I'm saying? That was nothing. And that's like my theme song now, man. I mean, listen, bro, I'm telling you, you can't say I can't rap. You can't say I can't rap, bro. I rap my ass off. But that's because I've been rapping since I was like 8 years old, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I wrote my first song at 8 years old. Showed my pops. My pops was like, yo, what the hell? Get this BS out of here. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to understand, 50 Cent was hot at the time. And 50 Cent, he was talking about, sell drugs. I be in the hood, shooting at black men. He was just talking a bunch of degeneracy. So as a kid, I didn't really know why my parents didn't really want me to listen to 50 Cent and all the mainstream rap music back in the time. So listen, my parents, they had a reason. Now I'm older. I don't even listen to rap no more because I think it's just toxic and nonsense. And why you talking about murdering black men? Like, what the hell's wrong with you? But listen, at the end of the day, let's go back to the subject. Listen, black men are only active in the industry in terms of the talent. That is where we dominate. We are the employees of the music industry, right? You have a few black men operating at the executive level, but even then, they are really the subsidiaries of other white-owned companies. And the streaming companies, I mean, we don't have to talk about that. The streaming companies, damn near ain't no black man operating at that level. Where's the black man streaming company? Where's the black man's Apple Music, Tidal? We had Tidal, and I think Jay-Z sold Tidal, right, for like $300 million. So we had a streaming company for like two years. You know what I'm saying? Black man had a company for like 2 years. You know what I'm saying? So, and we sold that immediately. So it is what it is, bro. We are not even active. We are not even vertically integrated. The music industry should be the source of revenue for the black man. That really should be a no-brainer, right? Where we don't gotta like put too much money into it. It should just be easy money, like selling drugs, right? You only got to write a song, write a quick song, build a studio. You know, the black man write the song, right? The black man writing the song, he goes to another black man who owns a studio, right? And then another black man might be the engineer mixing the joint, working in the studio for the black man who owns the studio. And then we bring it to the record label, the black man who owns the record label, right? And then you could sign to him, or you could start your own record label independently, and then you could be a subsidiary to a black man who has a major operation going on to distribute you worldwide to the masses, you know, get your marketing budget crazy, you know what I'm saying? And then vertically integrated, a black man who owns a streaming company, a competitor to Apple and Spotify, you know what I mean? Bringing out the music, distributing the music, and then it reaches the customer. And then at that point, the money never left the community. One black man wrote the song, boom, he gave it to the record label who gave him in advance, he got money in his pocket. Then the record label puts it out, boom, they make the money in their pocket. The streaming company gets they cut from the subscribers, and then after that, it gets recycled and recycled and recycled and recycled, and it never leaves the community. It never goes to another hand, where the current setup today is a black man writes a song, right? And then maybe, if he's lucky, another black man owns the studio, or maybe it's his studio in his room. Maybe he just started his own studio. That's cool. Independent setup. At that point, you have two choices. You could be independent, distributed independent through different channels like TuneCore or CD Baby or whatever it is, right? But then at that point, TuneCore and CD Baby, those are not black owned. Those are white man owned. White man got that, or some other nations got that. Black men don't own that. So then TuneCore and CD Baby, they get their cut. The money has left the community. The black dollar has left the community before you even made a profit, before anyone listened to one song, before you got one stream, the dollar didn't left the community, right? Whereas if a black man owned the distribution sector and then another black man owned the streaming company, right? But then at that point, social media is used heavily to promote music, right? So then you got to go, you know, spend your money on the Facebook ad dollars, right? And then the other ad dollars. So the money has left the community once you got to go market the product, because black men haven't created anything that can compete with Facebook Ad Center, with Google Ad Center. So to promote the product, you got to go outside the community. So then it should be a black man who owns the marketing side of the game too. You know what I mean? We got to be vertically integrated, right? Each black man owns a company or owns an operation at each level, and then it stays in the community. The dollar stays in the community by the time it reaches the customer, who then gives it back and recycled and recycled and recycled and recycled. And by the time it even leaves the community, we done already made billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars, and we already out moving across the world, lobbying governments, you know what I mean, just sanctioning people, you know what I mean, just putting the hammer down, just rich and powerful, 10,000 yachts, you know what I'm saying? Like, that is how black men got to do it, bro. It can't just be one black man with one business, because then who's the supplier? Who's the manufacturer? Who owns the transportation company? Who is the distributor? Who owns the streaming company? Who owns the studio? Who owns the record label? Who owns the movie studio? Who owns the media house? Who, you know what I mean? It got to be vertically integrated. We always occupy one or two levels. Either we are the employee, or we are just the retailer, the seller at the bottom level. We never pierce the upper layers, the manufacturing, right? The distribution, right? The transportation, right? We have to occupy all layers of business. Like Nipsey said, vertical integration. Rest in peace, Nipsey, bro. Rest in peace, Nipsey. Black man must embrace the concept of vertical integration. So shout out to the homie Joshua Wisdom, who inspired this video. If you're listening to this, what up, bro? I really appreciate the fact that you've been following me for like past 3 months, because I'm telling you once again, that means a lot. That means you was following me, listening to me when ain't nobody even like heard about me, bro. Like, I don't do no promo for this channel, so I don't even know how you even found me back then, like when ain't nobody was like, bro, I had like 40 followers back in them days, bro. How do you even follow me? You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, man. It's your boy Neferkari Desaline back in the building. Yes indeed. I'm gone. Peace.
Reincarnated, I'm back in original fashion. I left on a horse and came back in that ass, and I left with abundance and came back to famine. We used to be pyramids, now we be rapping. Look how the mighty have fallen. Used to be running, now we be walking. When you be cooning, that's when they applauded. Selling your soul, your sons and your daughter. Gotta come up in this shit, they stuck in the mix. Really, my heart to be breaking. That's why I'm stacking that paper and handle my business. Pass it down in generation. Talking about money and power and building a nation. That's a deadly combination. Never be watching the TV, they pushing agendas, falsifying information. Know they got malice intentions. Step in the room and I'm feeling the tension. Enemy watching, he blocking my vision. Get for the check cause I need my redemption. Building my kingdom, I need it protected. Ready for war like a young Money Congo. Never decided the team is the motto. Up in the crib and I'm whipping up waffles. Up in the crib and I'm smoking gelato. I'm chilling, I'm taking my pain and make it ambition. I'm blessed by the gods, but I ain't religious. I came for the power, they came for the bitch. They making no hourly wage, I got business. This is an art and they could never be taught. Selling my soul, I can never be bought. Play with my money, I see you ain't caught. Run to the check and I do it for sport. Babylon falling, I go to the source. Packing my luggage and go overseas. Shorty be with me and she so elite. Shorty be chocolate, I'm calling her Hershey. Secret intelligence probably gon' murk me. Don't fuck with brands cause nigga I'm Haitian. Say the wrong shit and you're smacking their faces.